Right now, there's a crisis looming that could jeopardize elections across the country in November. Counties are having a difficult time finding men and women to man voting sites. KFDM's Angel San Juan has been investigating and joins us in the studio to tell us why COVID-19 is causing this shortage. Angel?
A major challenge to this fall's elections. Most poll workers are over the age of 60 and at high risk for COVID-19. Jefferson County Clerk Carolyn Guidry understands their fears, but in Texas, not everyone qualifies for mail-in ballots, so there has to be in-person voting and people to man those polls. He's 77 years old, and Mac English is proving he's a survivor.
Aneurysm, prostate cancer, I've had it all, so God can bless me to be a blessing to others.
The Beaumont man's way of blessing others is to make sure they vote. English says it's our most sacred right as Americans. That's why he helps other Southeast Texans through the process from beginning to end.
I go out and register people to vote, and to see them come in after they get their credentials and to vote, and come and vote, well, it makes you feel good to see people come exercise their rights to vote.
English has been a Jefferson County poll worker for nearly 20 years, a role he plans to continue in the upcoming fall elections. But Jefferson County Clerk Carolyn Guidry says other longtime poll workers are opting out because of the COVID-19 threat.
Our seniors that don't, feel like they should not work this election, we certainly understand because they have been so faithful in the past.
In the immediate future, the pandemic is creating a challenge to staff election sites.
We'll need to man all 11 of our early voting locations, and then of course all 40 of our vote centers.
And during this election cycle, Texas Governor Greg Abbott is making the demand for poll workers even more critical by expanding the early voting period from 2 weeks to 3.
So that means that we have to request of our election workers, our poll workers, to work extended time, extended hours. And as you know, most of our poll workers are senior citizens.
With fear of the virus likely sidelining many of Jefferson County's reliable pool of poll workers, senior citizens, Guidry is looking to the next generation for help.
We definitely have a need for younger people.
But Guidry says attracting them to take on this responsibility won't be easy.
Of course, the pay isn't that great. Our election workers make $11 an hour. Our election judges make $12 an hour. So, if we had a better incentive, maybe monetarily, we could recruit more of the younger people. But at this time, we do not.
Jefferson County will need poll workers because in Texas, not everyone is eligible to vote by mail. Only those who are 65 and older, disabled, or will not be in the county to vote in person. Still, Guidry says this time around, there's a hike in mail-in ballot applications, 6,000 so far.
A lot of people that were eligible to vote at 65 and older will not take a chance to go to the polls at this time. So we have a lot of first-time voters that's been 65 and older but always chose to go to the polling location. So that's what I've seen, a lot of increase in those voters, 65 and older, that saying, I'm staying home. This pandemic is nothing to play with.
Right now, Guidry and her staff are doing all they can to make election sites safe and hoping it's enough.
We're going to get us some additional cleaning supplies, additional masks, and all that from our poll workers to make sure that they're safe, to make sure that we can clean all the equipment and wipe all that down.
As for English, he's just waiting for Guidry to call him back into action, confident not only that Jefferson County will take proper precautions to protect poll workers and voters, he's also relying on his faith.
You got to trust in the Lord one way or the other,
It's a major problem that could have an easy fix if more young people follow English's lead and step up to serve as poll workers. Doing so could protect those who have carried on this duty for decades. Because of the record shortage of poll workers nationwide, which could lead to the closing of polling sites and create long delays, there's now an online effort to recruit more Americans to staff voting locations this upcoming election period. If you would like to do your part, just go to powerthepolls.org to learn more. Greg?
Thank you, Angel. A group